much money it really costs to run a brick and mortar business. Because I'm crying on the inside right now. Like the money just goes out, and you just waiting to get to the point where you can start to bring money in.
Off-site sales, eh? Wow.
I can tell you which one I prefer in ease of setup and use and administration. I will tell you that. This one. And the worst part is I am a reluctant seller, but I came to the self-realization that I cannot be with what I'm doing. I have to be out there and taking the initiative and doing things the old-fashioned way and knocking on doors and soliciting in person. I mean, website stuff will be available, but there's a certain amount of personal interaction and connection that you need in that kind of business.
Yeah, that's true. Because if you work from home, you have to, the only person you can talk to is your wife. Huh? Huh? No, I have to be careful what I say because she's just outside the office, so.
No, it's crazy, but like to give it a bare minimum between the licensing, filing for permits, getting a business name, getting enrolled to establish a line of credit or a credit period as a business. I've already out of pocket put out $3,000. And that's not even that's not the building, that's not the pool tables, that's just to have a name and operate legally.
Well, it's the same when we were doing the offline events, which is essentially the same offline stuff. The minute I walked into the conference room that first morning, I was already anywhere between $10,000 and $20,000 out of pocket. So they were scary times.
It's crazy. I mean, and like when I hear people balking at spending like $100 or $25 or even $250, I'm like, do you even have a clue what real business costs to get into? The fact that you can get in for a minuscule amount in comparison, and you're not even willing to put that up. Really?
So, you think this is all we'll get? 10?
I don't know. Maybe everybody thinks they're like the super affiliate of all times, or they don't need this webinar. I will be the first one to say I am a reluctant seller. So I'm going to give you guys the breakdown of what a reluctant seller is and what you guys do. And Mr. Robert Putty, he's going to break it down on what you should be doing and how you should be going about it.
I have this thing, this feeling at the moment that I may change the rules in there, guys, and the fact that I'll give the replays to the upgraded members, but if you don't turn up for these meetings, you're not seeing them. That's how I'm feeling right now. Now I may change my mind in the next hour, but if you can't be bothered to turn up, what's the point? Anyway, that's my wins for the day. That's my wins. Sorry, I've got some insect has bit me on the ankle, which is why I keep doing that and scratching. Sorry about that. I'll stop doing it when I'm on camera.
Peppermint.
So where are we going to start, Marcy?
So when are we going to start? We're going to start now, and then your last chance to get your sweepstakes cash in for your bid for the prize to get some easy money with no thinking of the product at all. So today, reluctant sellers, don't be one. But first off, what is a reluctant seller? I will tell you what a reluctant seller is because I am one. I am one, all right? I'm the person that hates intruding on other people's privacy. I hate telemarketers. You know, I was a telemarketer. I was the worst telemarketer of all time in terms of numbers. But in terms of conversions, I was off the charts. But the problem with being a reluctant seller is you don't talk about what products benefits are. You don't talk about how much they are. You don't actually even push the product at all. You say, oh, here's a great book. Read it. Okay, now most people need a little bit more encouragement. They need a little bit more of a push. But I'm a self-motivated individual, and I've decided that I'm going to use that process to weed out the people who aren't serious. So for me, being a reluctant seller, to me, because I sell advertising, and it's a very simple thing to get a hold of and get a grasp of. Either you get it, you don't. So you buy it or you don't. But with other products, it's very, very different. And when you're promoting products or even giving anything away, it's very important for you to be an active seller. And when you're an active seller, you don't do things like not follow up, like not give an accurate description of how this product affected you or changed you, or don't promote any products at all. I'm not making money. What are you promoting? Well, there's your problem right there. But yes, I do agree. It is very hard to find good products to stand behind. But what
a lot of stuff we're going to be talking, or at least a lot of stuff I'm going to be talking about today, is not the whole finding good products to stand there. That's okay. That's fair enough. You have to do some market research. But let's talk about some of the things that Marcy's already said about. You know, she doesn't like cold callers. She doesn't like people invading her space when she goes to the electrical store. She doesn't like people phoning her up and stuff like that. Okay, but here's the thing. A lot of people don't like those things, but here's the difference between what they're doing and what you're doing online. First off, is they're invading your space. That's why you don't like it. In this scenario, okay, online, the customer is invading your space. They've turned up on your website. You're not the one that's being pushy here. They're the ones that are invading your space. And if they've turned up to see what you've got on your page, then they can't complain when you tell them what you've got. And that's part of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about today, is that nobody tells people what we do. They don't sell what they do hard enough because you know, they've turned up on the page. This Take Traffic Exchange, they've turned up on your page to the Traffic Exchange. Okay, so that means they're actively looking for something. So right now you have to capture them and sell them pronto, like now. Boom, boom, let's go, because they're here, they've knocked on your door, and they've asked you a question. So now is the time to be able to, and most people don't do that. So even when I'm getting on a high horse now, I'm getting up on my soapbox. Even when you're giving away a free gift, okay, you don't sell what's in the free gift, and you have to sell it. There are loads and loads of people out there now giving away free ebooks, wanting someone's email address, okay? You're competing against tens of thousands of people. So what's different about yours? That's the point you've got to make fast, is you've got to sell what's in the book. Believe that what's in the book's worth buying, never mind giving away, and tell the person looking at your page why they want your book as opposed to mine or Morrissey's or someone else's. And I see a lot of people don't do that. They throw a page up that says, "Here's this great free book. All we want is your email address, and it's yours free." And they go, "Right, why do I need this?" And you're not answering that question. A lot of people are not answering that question on the webpage. You need to be much more creative and proactive in selling stuff, even when you're giving it away. There you go. I'm off the soapbox now. Now, when we were discussing what lesson we were going to do it, Mercy and I had an hour-long discussion about what she put up. And we went through a sales process. Okay, she said, "I don't like this," and I answered that question. She said, "Neither, but I don't like that," so I answered that question. And that's what a sales process is about: getting over the objections. Well, why would I want this book? Well, you would want it because. Well, what happens if? Well, if that happens, it does this. It cures this problem. I've got a pain here. Well, this book will help you cure that pain. That is what you're doing. So all the time when they're putting up an objection and a question is, and they're saying, "I don't want this book," because you're not trying to, listen, I'm not gonna let you give me this book. I'm gonna fight, and they put up an objection, and what you need to be able to do is counter that objection. And it's the same in a sales process. It's the same with giving it away. You have to convince somebody that they want it. Why my book, not somebody else's? Well, because it does this. Well, it's the wrong color. Yes, but we do it in blue as well, sir. You see, that's the process. And it didn't. I mean, we went through that conversation the whole time, Marcy, didn't we? You kept saying, "Well, this," and I said, "What? Well, that." Yeah, but so that is what you do, and in the end, you make the sell by getting over those people's objections. That's the point. Your turn, Mercy. I need a drink.
I was actually thinking about that conversation and what it was that irritates me about the people who I interact with who are doing the selling. And I don't mind when the person on the other end knows what you're talking about and they answer my objection. But when you refer back to the script and start talking from the last line where I interrupt you, and I understand why they have a script, because not everybody's familiar with the product that they're pushing and all that. But when you just keep going back and you say exactly what you said before that caused me to have the objection, that's not active selling. That's just reading off a script. So the other thing with being an active seller or a proactive seller, when people express an interest in what you're doing, they join your list. It's your job to make sure that you tell them everything that's available to them. So let's say the book you gave away is a free traffic newsletter on how to use traffic exchanges to leverage your advertising into cash. So the introductory email is going to introduce me because I'm the seller. I'm the person who's trying to get you to take this product. But in this email, I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to say, all right, well, this is the need that this particular book fills, and this is how it presents the solution for this problem. And at the end, you have a workable solution to your money-making issue. Yes, it is, exactly. Selling is more about mindset. So here you go. I made the comment to Robert, if I have somebody who wants a refund or isn't necessarily sure about something, on the fence about upgrading, if they're my referral, I'll do the bare minimum. I will try to upsell, and if not, all right, no big deal, because it's my own personal effort, which is probably not a good way to come about things. But as an owner, if this person isn't my personal referral, they're somebody else's, well, then I'm an active salesperson because I want my affiliates to earn the highest amount that they can. So as they're going through, I make sure, oh, well, did you know that we have this available and this is also available? And with this upgrade, you get this advertising and the ability to do this. And 9 times out of 10, by supplying them with the information that they either missed or didn't know, you can convert somebody who's on the fence about whether or not they want to join or whether or not they want to upgrade. A lot of people ask me, not just affiliates, but a lot of owners, they say, you don't bring in a massive amount of referrals, but you bring in a very significant portion of actively upgraded referrals for how many that you have. How are you doing that? And it's because I break everything down. I have a good relationship with the people who are my customers, the people who are on my list. But I do that by explaining all the things that I'm putting in front of them. When I send out an email, it's not just because, oh, I joined a new site, so let's tell people. No, I joined a new site and I enjoyed this, and this, and it has these things. And I know these are things that other affiliates are looking for too. Why? Because I stick to traffic. Traffic works great. I don't really have to oversell it. And if it works really, really well, all I have to do is say it works really well and show results. That's how this particular industry works. So when you're talking about being a reluctant seller, here's another question. Going back to, it's hard to find good products to stand behind. If you're doing advertising because you like easy, right? There are a plenitude of websites to choose from online, and most of the time you can love the owner and the traffic and other additional benefits that come with that site. So if you are promoting things that you're passionate about, that you love, it's easier to get other people active and upgraded over there. Why? Because you're talking about you spending money. And if I'm talking about me spending money, well, then it makes others more likely to spend money as well. And I think I might get kicked out of the room because it's acting up. But with anything you do online, right? Assuming that your customers are going to be avid buyers all the time is a mistake. You need to be there to tend your relationship with the people who express an interest in what you're doing. And the easiest way to do that is to share the details of what you're doing. If I read a book, a free ebook that I got from joining somebody else's list, and it's got lots of helpful tips and tricks that I can apply to the different things that I'm doing. Like maybe it's effective headlines or effective email writing. And it's got some new things in there that I didn't know about. Well, if it's somebody else's ebook that I can join the site and become a member of and distribute as well, then I'm going to do that. But I'm also going to say, hey, listen, I ran across this book and I found a couple new tips and tricks that even I didn't know. So it turns out that even old dogs can learn new tricks with this book. I highly recommend reading it to make your email advertising more effective. It's just my opinion. It's just what I found in this book. And it was a little bit funny, a little bit, but it was personal. It made a connection. So when my list opens it up, oh yeah, oh. And some of them will maybe want to do the same thing that I did. So maybe they'll join, they'll upgrade, and so on and so forth. But with everything that you promote online, keep in mind that being a reluctant seller isn't going to get you where you want to be faster. And the worst that can happen in this industry is, somebody says no, and then they block you or they unsubscribe from your list. Okay, but take a lesson. So if you've been overly aggressive and you've chased people off of your list, all right, back it off a little bit. But I find that talking about the things that you're enjoying as an upgraded member or whatever of a product that you're using gets people more interested and more active in the program than just simply saying, oh, here's a good book to read. It's free, so download it, read it, it's good. Well, what's good about it? It's just like you would write a review for anything. So when you're sitting down to write an email to promote your product, when you're sitting down to create an ad, splash page, a blog, whatever, what is the product? What does the product entail? What makes it special? What is it that other people will enjoy about this product that you're selling it to them? What do they get out of it? So you gotta ask all the questions and then put your answers together. Once you have the answers, well, your email is pretty much written. Your ad's pretty much written. Your article is pretty much written. Your splash page, ooh, I've got a couple different ones from all the different points. So the more you think about how to present the products that you're promoting and give additional information and how these things help you, the better off you're going to be when you're trying to sell stuff to people. As a real world physical salesperson, both in department stores and grocery stores and other places, knowing your products and what's available to the customers who are coming into your store is part of your job. And because you're the one that's choosing these products, it's not like you're going to get overloaded. And if you do, well, just slow down. Eat the elephant one bite at a time. Ooh. Okay.
So I'm just trying again, making sure there's no echo this time though. Before it was using the microphone on my webcam instead of on my headset, which is probably what the echo is about. So if there's still an echo, I'll turn off. But as long as there's no echo, I'll stay on screen.
Well, let me try and talk.
Right. Brilliant. That's what it was then. Yeah. If I don't stay on screen, everybody will forget I'm here.
You're so hard to forget. That's just not possible.
So, I mean, the other thing is we're open to questions here. I mean, I'm gonna make some general statements, okay? Because it's everybody sees us as selling, and I think you should change your mindset from I'm trying to sell you something to I'm trying to help you with something. So, I mean, a good salesperson, even if that's their job as a salesperson, right? As a good salesperson, is clear in their attempt to make life easier and happier for their customers. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to persuade you that what I have is going to make your life better. Okay, so if you change your mindset completely from I'm not selling to somebody, I'm helping this person, you feel a lot better about what it is you're doing. Okay, and that's the point that we're trying to make here. Don't look on this as selling. Look on this as helping your customers. I mean, as a good salesman, you'd also look to see where the pain points are. By the way, that's one of the skills. Is okay. My market has this pain. You know, this is the trouble they're in. How can I find a way to help them get out of that trouble? And that's where you come up with the way that you sell. Even a free giveaway. I mean, I'll give you an example of where I've used long type form letters in order to give stuff away. ISPG is a huge long letter, but it's free. TMS is not a quick. This is great. This is great software. Just join here and you can have it. We go through it. We sell what the software does. We give you examples. There's bullet points. And like I said, if you look at the ISPG letter, it's hugely long to give something away. But I'm selling a service. We're going through. I'm telling people why they want it, and you need to do it. I'm not saying you should make every ebook you give away a huge long letter like there is on ISPG, by the way. I'm just saying you need to think a lot more about the way you present stuff. You know, why would someone want this? How can it help them? Not how can it put someone on your list. Not how can this be someone I can sell to later by sending them lots of emails? How can it help the person who's on my webpage right now? If they get this book, what is the benefit for them? Okay, it's a side issue that the benefit for me is I get their email address and that I can send them emails whenever I want. So if you look at it from that perspective, the whole idea of selling and giving stuff away becomes a lot better. Some people think it's easy to give stuff away. You try that. You go out on the street and then try hand out $10 notes. You see how many people say to you, "Excuse me, what's this for?" And a lot of people will, as you try to push the $10 note in their hand, they'll push you away. Like, what's this weirdo doing? Right? It's not easy to give stuff away. You need to sell it. You need to make them want it. Okay? And it just happens to be free. Is that right, sir? Am I right there, Marcy? It's true, isn't it? Right? There you go.
Well, like, here's a good example for anybody who's in the United States. Like, we're not really giving away money because, well, Americans are greedy. They'd be grabbing money. Oh, you give me $10, and you'd be gone. But
now here's the thing: if you're walking away and you drop a $10 note, one of them, they'll turn around and pick it up, not say anything, walk off with it. They'll pick it up if you drop it. They just won't take it out of your hand. They think there's something weird about it. Why is he giving away money? Oh, he's dropped it. I'll nick it.
It depends. Most of the time, if somebody, like, if there's money just laying on the ground and I didn't see it fall out of anybody's pocket, well, then I'm just scooping it up. But if I see it directly fall out of somebody's pocket, I'm like, "Excuse me, you dropped something over there," you know. Because I've had money fall out of my pocket.
My point was, they'll pick it up off the street if you drop it. If you just drop it around, they'll pick it up. But they won't take it out of your hand because they think you're weird.
Like, you'll be walking down the street and there'll be somebody giving out flyers either for a DJ or whatever, and no thank you, no thank you, no thank you, because I'm just going to throw it away anyway. So. Scatter
them all over the floor, and I'm a nosy bastard. I'll pick one up and see what it is.
Ooh, what's this doing on the ground?
Yeah.
Now that's a good marketing ploy right there. Just scatter it around. But then you get a litter fine.
We don't normally give this stuff away. We usually sell it, but for you today, you can have it free. Now, I'm going to go off subject a little bit. It's why if you create a page that looks like the thank you page for a bought product, okay, and say thank you for, and it says on it, "Thank you for buying our product today. Here's the link to download it." You can bet your bottom dollar that somebody clicked the link. They know full well they've not for it, right? And they've just come onto this page and wow, I can get this free. Okay. And then when they click on the page, you go to another page that says, "We need your email. We need to know where to send it. You haven't told us where you send. Give us your email address to send it." Now that's kind of sneaky, right? But that's the mindset people are. Okay. If they can get something for free, they're quite likely to do it. But if you try and give it to them, they think you have an ulterior motive. So that's the kind of mindset you need to look at when you're looking at this stuff. And so that's why I say, rather than just try and give it away, you need to sell them the reason why they need this. Okay. And lots of people have actually tried that sneaky way of doing it, by the way. There's lots of people that do that, where a page that looks like it's the download page for a purchased item.
But here's my
even to the case where you could do that again, a little, but you do that and they click on the link and you actually give them the book that is there, but the page they go to is an upsell for the upgraded version of it. So you can do it that way as well. But my whole point in bringing this up is, as I said, it's people like stuff. They do like free stuff. They just don't like being given it. Or they don't like being told, "Here's a free thing, take it from me." They need to know why. They need to know what the purpose is for. What's it going to do for me? Okay, so you need to think about all that stuff when you're presenting free giveaways.
But see, all the people who would sign up from that page, that tells me one very, very, very important thing about their character. You know what it tells me, right? They'll take whatever they can get. It tells me about their character. They'll take whatever they can get. And it would be like a reverse screening. Trustworthy and untrustworthy. Most likely to report issues. Most likely to, what's the word I'm looking for? Benefit from a mistake and not report it.
I'm as trustworthy as most people, more trustworthy than some. But if I find a £10 note on the sidewalk or the pavement, as we call it, and I can't see who it is, I'm just not going to leave it there, am I?
No, I won't.
Okay, I'm going to pick it up.
That's,
if I walk past an ATM and there's two £20 notes sticking out the ATM, am I going to walk by and say, "Oh, that's not mine"?
They'll take the picture. Leave it alone.
You know. I mean, sometimes you might miss it because you're not quick enough, but I'll bet 9 people out of 10 make a grab for it. So that's the kind of stuff that you've got to think about when you're looking at giving it. Now, I'm going to stick with giving away free things, because that is what got me going on. When do we have this discussion? Wednesday or Thursday? We had this chat about what we were going to talk about. That was what thing is that. It's just, let's not get into selling, because we could go through why long form sales letters work, which I did with Marcy and stuff like that. But we need to start from the basics, and even just giving stuff away, which has been the whole basis of my business, by the way, is giving things away and selling to those people on the back end. Now, I'll give you a story here. We talked about the web when I did the offline seminars. We did one in Dallas. And I bought a hugely expensive piece of equipment that cost me over $10,000 to be able to live stream the videos online. I had to. It's not as easy as it was now. We could just go on YouTube. I had to rent a specific server and all to run it, everything. And we were the first people to ever live stream a full event. And on the day before the event started, I sent out an email to all my subscribers to say that if they couldn't make the event, that's fine. But for $97, they could watch the whole thing live from the comfort of their own front room. And on top of that, they paid the $97. We would send them a full DVD set of the whole event, as well as watching it online. Okay. We got 3 people to sign up. 3. So that same evening, I sent out another email and said, you know what? All of the speakers at the event have told me what a type so-and-so I am, and that I shouldn't be charging you. And then, do you know what? If you want to watch this live, you can watch it free. All you have to do is register who you are, and you can watch this free. And we set up payment processes for all of the speakers, and we had over 1,000 people view it online. And 60% of the sales we made from the event were made from the people watching it on the live stream. So they came in for free and then spent, in some cases, thousands of dollars. They wouldn't pay $97, but they came in for free and spent thousands of dollars on some of the packages that were being offered. So that's the power of free. You need to, if you get them in, you can sell to them on that point. So it's been the basis of my whole business, is the skill of giving something away. Scary, isn't it?
I'm taking mental notes right now. I'm like, ooh, I can apply this here and here, because I already give stuff away from my other sites, like with 3 of them. I actually give people advertising to give away to give away for free, so they can get people in to enjoy. But I was thinking of how that can be applied to what I'm doing offline too. Yeah. Oh, I like learning. It's fun.
Michael, as to that thought about subdomains, I have never used subdomains. My instinct says that you should go for the full domain for something each time.
but that's untested. I don't know for sure that I would be right on that thing. So the thing to do would be to test it. Really, is to put up a subdomain like that, and then if it does work, then go to the expense of a full domain. You've done it. Okay, you can.
I have like 4 or 5 different products that I sell on subdomains. They're on Viral Commando Profits, and it's different because you have to set up you have to submit them to search engines if you want to get any kind of real conversions, unless you're driving traffic directly to it. But I use it as a passive income generator. It goes through the VIP links of my sites, but I sell products on subdomains regularly.
I mean, my only thought on it would be that subdomains would be less likely to be picked up by Google because for the SEO stuff, because they'd go to the main page. But I mean, I couldn't even prove that. I don't even have any evidence for that. That's just my personal opinion. So.
Well, if you have the no robots and the no follow instructions in there, it won't. But if you leave it all open for the search engines to crawl through, it will pick them up.
Okay, so there you go. Marcy has more experience than me on that, and she says okay. I do agree, though, they can get expensive buying many domains.
And you can name those subdomains the name of the product. And that actually, I'm going to tell you, it actually works out a little bit better in some instances, because here's why. If a lot of people are selling the same product, then the domain's going to be taken. So if you're running a subdomain, then you can name it the name of the product. And
I mean, the only thing I would say is if you get a subdomain like that suddenly starts making sales or getting lots of, I would then, okay, that's a success. I would then go out and get proper domain name for it. Now, I mean, talking about domain names, I'm a sucker for buying domain names. Does anybody remember a program called Profit Rally?
Yeah.
Yep. Now, the owner left that years ago. They don't pay commissions. It's still running online. And I'm thinking, do you know what? I need to be able to cash in on that. So I went and registered profitrallypro.com. Well, I don't know, 10 years ago. I still got it. I still haven't used it. And I still won't dump it because I really like the idea. I'm wedded to it. One day I'll think of something, Profit Rally Pro. And every time I bring it up, oh, why don't we use Profit Rally Pro? Someone says, yeah, but won't they associate that with the one that, went downhill and didn't pay? I still won't let it go. So if anybody wants to buy Profit Rally Pro off me. Anyway, we've digressed.
No, you're selling. You're showing them how to be a seller, because you're telling a story, and that's basically what it breaks down to, guys. The best sellers are storytellers. They tell a story that fits a need.
Yep. Yep.
That's when I make the most accidental sales when I'm not trying. I'm just telling a story. My real purpose is not to sell anything. I'm like, oh, you want to buy stuff? Really? Oh, okay, hold on. Let me get you going.
So, there we go. I don't know if we've given this subject as much, I don't know if I've done enough thumping here to get people to think about the way that they present stuff when they're selling stuff. I was rather hoping that some people would ask questions. Yeah, there you go, Brian. Do you know Hits Viral? I had Hits Viral for over 8 years before I used it. It just sounded like a cool name, Hits Viral. I got it. Finally, I did something with it. I have a feeling that Profit Rally Pro is going to beat me, though.
Yeah. I'm with you, Brian. Yeah, I mean, I actually had profitable mailers for a year, but there was stuff on it. It was just waiting to be finished before it got launched. I don't think I own any others that I haven't done anything with. Oh no, I have one, but it's in progress because it got put on the back burner because real life went wee. Now I can add these others on it. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So what you can do, what he's talking about, if you're going to sell multiple products on LFM, then you need to have a product inventory, whatever warehouse, so that your members can look through it. But if you're talking about creating a rebrandable PDF on a subdomain, that I cannot tell you with any certainty will work because I did not do that. The PLR products that I am currently selling on my subdomain are purely for my own profit.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that LFM, because of the database, the MySQL databases, if put them in subdomains. I think there's part of me that says that you actually get problems with that because certain parts of the script look for PHP files, and they look for, and because you've got some in subdomains, they look for them in the wrong place. So, okay, if it works, Michael, then if it works for LFMT, then do it. I mean, I'm just saying. All I'm saying is I don't want you coming to the support desk and say Robert said it was okay. Okay, that's all I'm saying. If it works, I'm good with it. I'm fine. But because the first thing that's suddenly be on to me is Skype. What? Hey, why did you tell them that? You know that. Okay. There you go. Hey, Tony T's in the room. Look at that. Tony the Tiger. Look, there's an example. I'm going to find that now. Because there is a perfect example. I know I've brought this up before, right? What was the name of your flipping ebook? We were looking at it the other day. What was it called? Oh, so annoying. Oh, Traffic Exchange Solutions. Yeah, okay. Now, I mean, that is a great big long form cell there. And what's Tony doing? He's giving it away. Okay? There's that is a long sales letter for something that's being given away. PS is at the end, testimonials, the whole thing to give the book away. Now, I'm sure Tony is not going to tell you how much he made from that site, but I know it was 5 figures from giving something away. So, you need to look at the way you present stuff, is what I'm saying. It's still online. I actually looked at updating it the other day, but it's there's only so much you can say about traffic exchanges.
It's all pretty much the same.
Well, it is. I mean, I know things, but the thing is, right now, I mean, you do the affiliate funnel stuff, and you talk about the way T's are being used, and all that kind of stuff. So all of that, we'd have to, basically, I could take all your videos and put it on Traffic Exchange Solutions and say, there you go. But my point there was about the selling of the product when he was giving it away. Don't think because you can give it away, okay, that you could just throw it on someone's desk and say, there you are, and they'll go away and read it, because they won't. You need to make sure that you've looked at, I mean, if you're going to give something away, you need to go and find, as I said before, you need to look around, see what people are complaining about. And then go write an ebook or a product based on how to cure the problem that they're complaining about. Now, if they're complaining about me, just forget it. But if they're complaining about something that's going on, something else, this doesn't work, or that only half works, then find a way to solve that problem for them, and give the thing away. Get those people interested on and back on your list. Because if you cure a problem with something you're giving away, people are going to queue up to take it from you. It's like in the street, you could just say to it, look, you look hungry, here's $10 for that, all you can eat for $10 thing. Off you go. At least you've given them, oh, thank you very much. And I'll bet you get that reply. If you just tried to give someone $10, they'd push you away. If you said, you know what, you look really hungry, here's $10, go and help yourself to a meal, I'll bet they'd take it because you've given them a reason.
Mm-hmm.
That was a simple analogy that I've just used, but I'll bet, whereas you'd get only 2 out of 10 take it out of your hand, I bet you'd get 6 out of 10 take it off you if you gave them that reason.
Well, that's what I was thinking, Brian.
I mean, that's fine, Brian, but the point is we're talking about getting people to take something off you. If you give somebody a reason, they're more likely to take it. I've got off on my soapbox so much today. You've had an easy day. Easy night, Marcy, haven't you?
Well, yeah, because it's not like I didn't give a webinar before this, huh? It's not like I wasn't. It was a good one. It was a good one. Lots of great feedback for splash pages, and the best part is the splash pages were all really snazzy looking to begin with. It was just like little tweaks and fixes. Nothing was like, whoa! You haven't shown anybody this, right?
And one of the things about selling as well, to give stuff away, is most people just it's almost like you're throwing crap against the wall and seeing how much will stick. Again, if you look for the pain points, if you look for what people are complaining about, you can actually base your sales letters on those people, because when they're complaining about something, they're giving you the sales letter. They're giving you the reason why they want to buy it. So you've got those bullet points. Are you feeling whatever it is they're complaining about? This is a solution for what we've got. Hey, are you not getting what so and so out of so and so? Well, this is the solution to that problem. So you're giving them the solution, and they're already looking for that solution. So I mean, one of the things you can do is to clearly identify the best customers for what you're giving away, and then once you've done that, okay, all of your marketing effort is based around on that particular type of customer. Don't try and give it away to everybody. Give it away to the people that are most likely to take it.
Target your audience.
This is the person. Yeah. I mean, that's why we go on about target audiences and all that kind of stuff. It's because it's easier to sell something and easier to give something away when you're speaking directly to someone's thoughts and passions and complaints. I mean, it's no good coming to me and saying, this is great for acne. Well, I don't have acne. It's not my pain point. Right? I used to have acne. Why didn't you talk to me when I was 16? So that's the point. You need to look at those people that have that problem now, and look for it and say, well, okay, where's the we used to call it what? I can't remember what we used to call it now. It's been so long since I've been in sales, but that's what you need to be looking at, those kind of stuff. And sometimes even if you've make 4 or 5 different ebooks targeted at 4 or 5 different groups, but it's basically the same information. There you go. Instant squeeze space, well, don't just look, Michael. Bye. No, I shouldn't have said that. What am I doing? I'm sure you did. Okay. Yeah, there's lots of stuff on there, right? She's laughing. Well, you got to have some humor. You got to throw some humor in there, otherwise.
Oh, but just watching you and Boshin sometimes is so funny, because it's like, oh, you want to learn? Just watch. You'll learn.
It's funny because in the conversation, she said, Marcy said, you should tell them, here it is, now buy this shit. And I said, no, you can't do that. She said, I know that, but you need to. And what have I just done? Oh, dear. Jokingly, anyway. Has anybody got any specific questions on anything I've said? Is anything that I've said or anything that Marcy has said perplexing you in any way? It's pretty straightforward when you think about some of the stuff, but most people get hung up on this. Well, I'm not a salesperson. No, don't be a salesperson. Be a helpful person that just happens to have something for sale. Okay. When you're feeling thirsty and you walk into a cafe and someone offers you a drink, you don't send them away and say, no, you're being a pushy salesman, do you? Because this way, right?
How did you
have a pain point and then they've got a solution for it. So that's the way you look at this. Let's find all those people that are whinging and whining. Let's write down all their whinges and whines and let's create a solution for all those whinges and whines. And then sell that to all those people that have those particular whinges and whines. That's the way. That in a nutshell is the way that sales work. Okay. Now, cold selling is different, but we're not doing that. Cold selling is about going out and knocking on someone's door and saying, "Hey, I know you've never thought about a diet before, but it looks to me like you need one. Here's what I'm saying." So that's cold selling, right? But we're not doing that. As I said before, look on this. They're invading your space. You're not invading theirs.
Well, that's why I like online stuff, because the people that I'm contacting, they already want to contact, and anybody who emails me and wants clarification is already interested in the offer. So I'm not wasting my time trying to sell something to somebody who doesn't want it. And when you're building your list and you're putting these helpful solutions in front of other people, they're more likely to buy them, because you have that interaction and you're not chasing after people and trying to convince them to buy something. You're just going through and answering emails and answering Skype messages from people who have questions because they're interested to buy. They just want a little bit more information. That's what I love about online stuff. In terms of ease of use and love it. Never want to be.
I get annoyed at those people that say we don't like advertising online. When I'm on your site, I don't want you puking advertising all over my screen. Well, excuse me, it's not your screen. It's only your screen when it's turned off. When it's turned on and on my website, what it is you're a peeping Tom looking through my store window. That's what's happening. You're invading my space. I'm not invading your screen. You're invading my space. It's my website. It's my shop window. You're effectively looking through my front room window and complaining you don't like the wallpaper. Well, try that in real life and see what answer you get, right? And but that's what they're doing. So you have to think about that. You have to think about that from that perspective. This is my website. I'm trying to create something here. They've come to my website. There's no reason why I can't tell them what I've got. Another bugbear I got is once you've got them on your list, you think that, okay, they're on my list. What do I do now? Well, and you've got other products. People want to hear about other stuff you have. If they've signed up for Instant Squeeze Page Generator, it's no good me complaining if they go and buy somebody else's software to build a website, because I haven't told them I do that as well. Okay? So if you have more than one product, when you get them on a list, then you should tell them what else you do. By the way, we also do this, and this, and this.
Cross promotion.
I have an article somewhere that a guy called Joe Robson wrote from the Newbie Club. He's passed on now, unfortunately, but he does that where he makes out that his name is a German fellow called Otto Responder. And he goes through this where a customer said, you are a great company. It was a great product. And I was really looking forward to part 2, book 2, but it never came out. And you never contacted me. And someone came along and did a book 2, and I knew that you wouldn't be upset because you're such a nice chap that you wouldn't mind me buying book 2 off this other person. Because you didn't contact me and tell me about book 2. I bought it off this other person. And this other person came out with book 3 and book 4 and book 5. And because you didn't contact me, I bought it from the other person. But I know you won't mind because you're such a nice person. You aren't pushy, and you don't like selling to people and all that kind of stuff. So I know you won't mind that. I was happy buying books 3, 4, 5, and 6 from someone else. And it was so poignant when he wrote it. And so true, right? Don't be afraid to tell people what else it is you do.
Except when
I've
you
just
get
cleaned
to
that
the point
white.
where you're doing
Tony, I've
it.
just cleaned that whiteboard. It was scribbled. The grandkids have been in here scribbling, drawing things on that thing for 3 days. I've just cleaned it. Okay. Now, effectively, you can just see right up in the corner there on the other whiteboard, there's like a little black smudges. That's the date to remind me when I have to pay you next, Tony, for the Tesla Mail stuff. So there's something very important on that whiteboard. Yes, that's right, Michael. Otto Responder, the German. Yeah. I'll get that article out and actually put it in when we put this up online and I do the email about the replay. I'll put a copy of it on the replay page so that people can read it. It's funny, right? But it also makes a point. It's I wish I had written it, but he forbade me from ever using. He forbade me from ever using it. It was his. So I've never used it in that context, but there's no point, I say he's passed on now, but it could be read for certain people.
This is a teaching context. It's an example purpose. So anybody else cannot use it either.
No. Purely for your own consumption. Yeah.
All right. It's 3:22. So
we've been here almost an hour.
Well, the big question is, are there any more questions? That's the big question. Because we don't want to cut you off if you have burning questions that need answers. However, we do want to keep things going along because unfortunately, as much as we love you, you're not our whole entire life.
I'd like to actually ask you a lot of questions. The newsletters that I write and put together every month, are they useful? Because there's quite a lot. A lot of it is pre-done, but I still have to sit there and put the thing together, write the main article. So I'd quite like to see some people in the room saying yes, they do actually read it and it's useful. Or from Marcy.
I always find one or two points that are
Tony always says to me, "There's always something in there that I can steal." He says. See?
I swipe stuff all the time.
Now I have no objection. And I'm not going to tell this to everybody in the know-how, guys. But I'll say this to people in this room. I have no objection for you doing what Tony does, which is take pieces out of there that you find poignant and using in your own emails, as long as you say, Robert Putty from Know-How Guys told us this, gave us this in his newsletter, and then put it in and put a link to the Know-How Guys. And you can use your affiliate link. I don't have a problem with that. Okay? So you can take pieces... Sorry?
I said proper accreditation.
Proper accreditation. So you can use that in your own emails. So you can steal that stuff just to credit it to the Know-How Guys and use your affiliate link to get people to go have a look. I don't have a problem with that. In fact, I would encourage it.
A Robert tip.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like
Yeah. Yeah.
a tip straight from Robert Putty. Take your head out of the sand and look around.
But
There's
you don't
tons
even.
of
I'll tell
stuff
you what. You don't
going
even
on.
have to use my name. It's like you use know-how guys. The know-how guys said this. Da 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 da. So you don't have to use my name, but the know-how guys. That newsletter is a labor of love for me, because sometimes I can sit there and write stuff that, as I see it, it comes up. Just get people to stop and think, which is what I want them to do. To read some of that stuff and go, oh, that makes sense. Why am I not doing that? And sometimes just the smallest thing can make a big difference. I mean, the reason I don't do a lot of teaching is because as you can see from here, I shoot all over the place. A bit here, a bit there, a bit there. And you can be having conversations with people in Skype rooms, for instance, and you can say all this stuff and somebody go, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up there. Back up. What did you just say? And because I've been doing this for 20 years. So you say stuff in conversations that you just automatically feel, but you don't write it down or sell it in an ebook because you just automatically think everybody knows that already. They must know that already, surely. So you say this stuff, but they don't. I mean, I gave Marcy a long lecture on Wednesday about why a long form sales letter works, and she was busy taking notes through the whole time. I just assumed everybody knew that was why long form sales letters are set out the way it is, where they are. But no, she said, "What was that? Hang on."
Well, hey, at least I take notes.
Yeah, But I'd never dream of doing a lesson on it because I just assumed everybody knows the reason why. I mean, it constitutes a whole lesson, to be honest. A lot of the things in it, the way you set out a sales form letter, some of it you think, and I got this from that same guy, Joe Robson, because he was a copywriter. And you think, wow, that is just like, you know what I mean? That is just common sense. Ding, and a light bulb goes off. Why didn't I think of that? All that stuff. So, I mean, maybe that's what we'll do one day is I'll go through the ISPG sales letter and say why we did what we did and why we did it that way.
That would probably be really, really, really helpful, especially for people who aren't sure how to put together one in an effective manner. I mean, anybody can put a sales page together, but it don't all work.
Well, anybody can write a great big long sales letter, but does it work? Why is it set out that way? I mean, the words themselves, although they can be quite important. I've changed that ISPG sales letter over the last 10 years half a dozen times because I thought it's a better way of saying what's on there. But the form of the letter, the structure of the letter, the way it's out remains exactly the same because of that. An ISPG has. I'll log in. I'm going to brag for a bit now. That makes a point. ISPG has built me a list of over 100,000 people.
That's a lot of people. Danny?
100,000 prospects. Anyway, hey, Sunny's turned up. Too late, but she's turned up. There you go. Hiya, Sunny.
Hiya, Sunny. Yeah, Mom.
There we go. Now, the other thing is whatever subject we come up with for next month's webinar, you shouldn't be afraid. If we said something today that you haven't asked a question on, but suddenly tomorrow, oh, I wished I'd asked that. You should write it down and ask it at the next event, really. I mean, we should do that, make that all the time because, we may even do a section where we do that. Any questions about last month's webinar that you okay. I want to make this as entertaining as we can because, and I've taken over tonight, but hey, Marcy deserves a rest every now and again. The newsletter and the webinars are all about giving you good information, and being a fun event, really, with a laugh and a joke. Questions? I think we've entertained them quite royally tonight, Marcy. You can have the last 5 minutes.
Oh, goody. Well, we still gotta give prizes away. So, Brenda here, Ead is the winner. Someone who has not won before. Fantastic. Ead, if you are a member of membership,
TMS, you have to be
you have to be a member in order to get your prize, because we'll upload your prize to the back office area in your download.
Prizes go up to the marketing script. So you have to have that TMS software, which is free, by the way.
How fast can you type? Fast enough.
All right.
Not a member. And there's a link.
And if you don't own the TMS software, there you go. Marcy's there. Well done, Marcy.
I was on it. That's why I said, how fast can you type?
Yeah.
And then just
What
join
happened to
something.
Net Learning Academy? In what respect, Michael? Net Learning Academy is still there. It's just that was a 12-month pre-written teaching thing that's done by email, whereas this is a little different. Ironically, we started this because I want to involve Paul. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm drinking my coffee now. I've got a mouthful. So winners, yes, Ed. If you would like to collect your prize, we need you to join the membership script, and then let us know what your affiliate ID is so that we can award your account. I know everybody in the room was like, what? What? Butterflies? Birds? Clouds? Rain? Lightning bolt? What? Well, what do you mean there's nothing there anymore? Like, as in no content? I believe there's still content.
If you've been there for more than a year, Michael, that's it. It runs for a year, then that's all there is. My thinking was, if you haven't figured this out in a year, then what? No.
He said, what? Then Houston.
Well, I'm not gonna. Pages are all blank. Sonny, you need to go look at that.
I'm here. I'm there. I'm gone.
Find out what Michael's talking about. Oh dear.
What do you mean it's not there?
No, I'll tell you something. Now, if anybody tries to contact me through Skype for support, Son is right after him. Like I said, you leave Robert alone. Don't bother with him support, because if he has to do it, then he's not going to pay me for doing it. Anyway, we've digressed.
That's nothing new. Yeah, it's just the number digit at the end of your affiliate link is all we need. Well, it's okay. There are videos and all sorts of things to help you out. But if you log into the membership script and you go to the affiliate tools section, or the affiliate section, where it has your affiliate link, we just need the
Well, or
number
your
of,
username. We need,
or your
I mean,
username.
anything. Yeah, your
Username is
username
good
for
too.
logging in. We can do that search. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave you to sign off then, Marcy. While I go and talk to my wife.
All right. Well, Michael, in regards to the Net Learning Academy, take a screenshot. Take a screenshot if you can and send in a support ticket, and I'm sure Sunny will be able to look into it for you and find out what's going on and whether it's something that she can fix or not. And yeah, it started in Africa. And Brenda or Sunny, whoever is awarding this prize, yeah, its affiliate ID is 44161. All right, fantastic. No worries, Sunny. No worries. You're so sunny. You just can't. We can't stay mad at you anyway because you're just the best. So, all right. So that being said, I hope you got a lot out of today's webinar. Don't be afraid to talk about what you have to offer for other people. And if you have a problem with selling, just tell stories. If you join a site and you have a good experience, you can share that story experience, and it will in turn help you sell and build your list and build up your earning income. Woo! So yes, I had a great time actually. I learned a lot of things too. That's why I like doing these with Robert, because he's got a lot of information stuck in there. You gotta use the right words and the right phrases to get them to unstick and come out into the light. So thank you guys so much for coming out and making this an awesome time. And don't do that. Don't do that. But we'll be here next month, second Tuesday, or second Tuesday. Hello. We just changed the scripts, whatever. Robert's like, no. Second Saturday of next month. And we'll give you some early bird notice on what we're going to be talking about so that you can be ready. And also, if you have any questions that you think of later on or later on in the week that you want to ask, write them down, bring them to our next meeting, and we'll get you the answers, at least insofar as what we know and what is actually factual. So thank you so much, guys, for coming out. And oh, I know. I want you guys to tell your list a story. Tell them a story about a new product, a new site, a new resource, whatever. But tell them a story. Send them out a story. Share your experience and see how that works out for you. Because usually there's a problem. You need more traffic.